guys? We're back with more Doki Doki Literature Club. Back with me and Wisdom Boy 48.
Hello.
Oh.
Who's your favourite club member?
What is this a dating?
Well,
some good thing might happen.
At this point in time.
At this one in time.
So you need to decide who your favourite is.
I like her because she's freaking me out.
Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty valid reason, honestly.
She reminds me of Robin from One Piece. Do I just pick a random word?
Yeah, you just pick a word that you think best fits their, the character that you've picked. So, like, you have to find a word that would fit Yuri.
Uncanny.
Yep.
Nailed it. Kiss, hop, secretive, marshmallow piece, graveyard. She's real unhappy.
I mean,
Lust
she's
pure.
Natsuki, so.
She's really unhappy. No, she's Natsuki. Candy chocolate.
Did you pick that word because you didn't know what it was?
I do know what it was. I just didn't know which one was best.
Okay.
You get pain. Wait, what? I'm sorry.
Okay.
Righto.
Damn, suicide.
Depression. Are you okay, Sayori? Vivacious. Poof. Oh.
That doesn't fit Yuri at all. That's like the polar opposite.
Agonizing. There we go. Entropy.
Entropy.
Jumpy. What? Crimson smile. Where's disaster? We just got a frightening.
There we go. We're on a roll now.
Incapable. Just gotta find the creepiest word.
I mean, when you picked what was it, depression?
Yeah, I was a little concerned when I picked depression about Sayuri, but that's fine. Fantasy. Oh no, she's fantasy. Whoops.
She's cute and.
Captive. Defeat. Oh. Is she? Sayuri, are you okay?
I'm surprised you didn't go with philosophy, honestly.
Empty. Horror. Fickle. Existence.
There we go, we're done.
Okay. Am I just gonna read those words out? Is that my poem?
That'd be the best poem. Hi again, Sunnyside.
Hello.
Glad to see you didn't run away on us.
I did not. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Sunnyside.
You freak me out.
I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. So you already told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Wait, we couldn't pick her?
No.
She finds herself stuck with saying manga. Monica and manga.
Manga is literature. The
Swiftly.
age-old debate.
Pops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys.
Are you okay, Sayuri? I have grave concerns for you.
Sunnyside always gives it his best, as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable.
That's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so?
That is not something to be cute about.
You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Sunnyside could become good friends too.
Sayuri?
Hmm?
As usual, she seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me in.
Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Or Sayuri.
Eh? Me?
Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind. So you already made it sound like a big deal when it's really not.
I bet you built this up too much. Oh no!
Oh, what do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
I mean, as long as you're not going to give me some wicked virus or something. Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Alright. Well, here.
She reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted.
This is? How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monday to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. They're having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Can't help but notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more. At the same time, I feel bad distracting her from her reading. Catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. Sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I'm onto this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book you gave to me, right?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
Just curious how come you have two copies of the same book.
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them.
I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go.
Do you ever notice how, like, the main character of, like, these anime things, like, usually are completely oblivious to when girls love them?
Yes. Always. It's the same story every time.
Just the rule of anime.
Just completely oblivious, has no interest. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What's it about anyway?
Well,
She closes the book, scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eyes. Is it the Illuminati symbol? So help me!
Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart.
That's kind of dark, isn't it? She made it sound like it's going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. This is going to be a nice story and the dark turn will come from nowhere. She gently giggles all of a sudden.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Sunnyside?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. So shy and reclusive, but her mind is obviously in hell.
It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I?
Yes.
Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologise. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading or death. Least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it right.
You don't have to.
I didn't read that sentence properly. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get a look.
I'm just gonna do the ellipses thing. It's just...
I retrieved the book that I'd put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to.
The euphemisms.
It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
I see. But just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
Open a book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. Not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up against Yuri's. Hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Is it like the girl I've picked in my dating sim gonna be the one to die first?
You'll see.
Timidly closes her own book. Once we lean in a bit, shoulders are almost touching and feels my left arm in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
She takes her left arm, holds the left side between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same. That way I turn a page and she slides it under her thumb. But in holding it like this, I huddle even closer together, kind of distracting me. It's getting this dating sim.
Are you ready? To turn the page?
Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over and our eyes meet. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. She no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. Continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning the page feels like almost an intimate exchange. What is this game? Yeah, cool, I'm not about this. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt, in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things she says and does. Like she's afraid if she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
She remains silent.
What's Sunnyside? That's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that.
Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. So I just didn't really know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant that it's kind of cute.
What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long.
Fair. She exhales, spurred from finishing her thought.
Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine.
She releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Would you prefer I only read it with you?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time.
I thought we just read a chapter. Stand up, make a mental note where I was, slip it back into my bag.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
Yeah, it's just 20 words. I can't believe it. I find so much inspiration.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait.
Sayuri and Monaco enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayuri is on a wrinkled sheet of a loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monaco wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see her pristine handwriting. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well. I did the same myself. I think I should start with Yuri. I wrote it for her.
Yeah.
Death walks among us. I trust her opinion, to be fair. As she reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
Eh? What was that?
Did I say that out loud?
She first covers her mouth and ends up covering her whole face.
He's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
She takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really?
Oh.
Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. It's actually my first time, really.
Huh? It's really obvious in the words, like just using the 20 words.
I'd like to know what kind of poem it wrote, though. She stares blankly at me, looking at my poem.
Well, I know that. I just meant,
She trails off, unable to find an excuse, traces her fingers along the words of the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers.
Okay.
And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick it up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognise in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter and they form fit the two together.
Oh.
The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
You said it was excellent. Trails off with her thought as if the demeanour totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though.
Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if she's apologising to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
She smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which in itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? It's supposed to be! Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm. Breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
Did you do poetry units in high school? Like, at all?
One?
Okay.
Some time long ago.
I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
Yeah? That's a relief.
I am literally just saying anything because I think I can bed them. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild.
I can imagine some of your stuff is messed up.
Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Sunnyside.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all.
I read the whole thing.
But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost.
Are you real? She's a ghost.
Sixth sense.
Sixth sense.
Lingering in a last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past.
What is keeping you here, ghost?
And soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn way of putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
Eh? It's nothing, really. Yours is impressive too, so...
Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Sunnyside.
Lit. Me too.
Which do you like most out of those three? Which one?
I barely see Monica. Natsuki's is gonna be... If it's not... Actually, I probably should have picked Satori's. Sayori, because I'm really worried about her mental state.
Sunnyside, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home.
What? Harsh.
What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid?
I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put effort in. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about.
Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again.
Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess.
Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid.
Eagles can fly. Is that the... Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Wow.
Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard.
That didn't hit me hard.
Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set it for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose.
Oh.
It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
Oh. So you did. I guess more into it than I realised.
That's what it means to be a pro.
I don't like you.
I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Why has she got vampire teeth?
I don't know. That's what I've been thinking about for ages.
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humour her with that last comment. Don't really care how old everyone is, but if she's feeling proud, I won't take that away from her. Alright, so Yori, I don't think you're okay.
This is a good poem, Sunnyside. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy to be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one.
Wow.
It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now.
So little faith in me. Not to mention the fact I'm standing in the club room. Yeah, well of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Sunnyside. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, I think. I'm not sure if she sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed. Making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a raining day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. There's a subtle... This whole if it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, that's a bit creepy, but okay. So Yuri, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No, just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
At least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. You came out nice, so how should I put it? Sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah.
But next time I won't forget.
Sure.
And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. I guess we'll show it to Monica.
Devil girl.
I'm sorry?
Hi, Sunnyside. Having a good time so far?
Why is she the why is she the devil girl?
Well, you've mentioned like the pose, how it looks weird.
Oh, yes.
That's the only reason.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. Much better just going with the flow time, all settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but okay.
Don't worry, Sunnyside. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
Great job, Sunnyside. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you.
It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put some effort in.
That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right?
Is that the case? Is that the game saying,
Saying what?
oh, by the way, you wrote it for this girl in case you couldn't work out what was happening?
Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write that like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyse all the nuances, and can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though.
I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet.
Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing.
You do you, boo.
Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things.
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. But take a while before I feel comfortable doing this.
That's okay. I'd like to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know.
I see. Well then, let's read it. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the sparkle protrudes, a noisy neighbour, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know I wasn't home. Jesus. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was... What happened?
Who hurt you, Monica?
Well, who hurt you, Monica?
So, what do you think?
It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. So I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style's gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Terrible things. Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany? Who hurt you, Monica?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day.
Oh, no, we need to go back to your poem, Monica, please.
Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point.
Go back to your poem.
If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink.
Like the big dark puddle that's in your soul?
So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Just like high school. Thanks for listening.
Phew. I am a little bit concerned about Monica.
A little bit.
Very. But I just need to process her poem. So we'll leave it there. We'll catch you all next time, guys. For some more Doki Doki Literature Club.
Bye.
Bye.